Hi, I'm Sarah Duck. I am an intuitive energy worker and spiritual coach, and I help spiritual women to live in alignment with the universe and their soul purpose. I am passionate about helping people to live a more spiritual life, to transform their life and themselves so they can live their best lives and live in alignment with their life purpose, and so they're living a happier, more fulfilled life. So I've got your weekly reading here for the 22nd to the 28th of July 2019, or whatever week you are drawn to watch this. And I'm using cards. I'm using the Crystal Angels Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue, the Psychic Tarot by John Holland, and the Archetype cards by Caroline Weiss. So I can't pronounce her name. I'm so sorry. So the first card that come up is Solar Plexus. Solar Plexus is linked to the number 3 energy. It's linked to the colour yellow. It's there. You need to make sure that your solar plexus is open and working okay. It's this chakra is about creativity. It's located above the navel and above your belly button, basically. And it's a colour of creativity, and people with the yellow or 3 personality it's about organisation, and knowledge, and as well as the 3 energy is being creative. It's expressing yourself creatively more than anything. If you feel the need to work on your solar plexus, wear some yellow, eat some yellow foods, do a solar plexus meditation on YouTube. If you've got any issues with your solar plexus, it might be that you might be feeling more worry, more feeling indecisive. The cards are all there. Feeling nervous, you might feel nervous. You might feel a bit indecisive. You might not feel like you can create. You might not feel like you can create stuff as easily. I almost want to say inject a bit of fun into things, but I definitely feel like it needs to it needs balancing, because we've got the balance card sitting right next to it. So looking into balancing your solar plexus chakra is important. Balance card is it's also about balancing all sides of you. Balance passion, your money, your emotions, and your thoughts and your mind. It's also about balancing for the 4 aspects of you. So balancing physical, mental, spiritual, and the physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional sides of you. All four sides. So the physical side, making sure your physical. Make sure all your physical needs are met. Make sure you've got a spiritual practice, you've got your spiritual side met, you're feeling nice, relaxed and calm. Maybe meditating and journaling might help. Your physical, spiritual, mental, so your mindset is on point, you're thinking more positively, making sure that you've got nothing negative and no negative thoughts that keep going around and round and round and you can't get rid of them, sort of thing, and making sure you're working on that. Again, that links back to the worry and stuff that I mentioned with the solar plexus. Physical, mental, spiritual, and it's gone. Physical, spiritual, mental, and I've completely lost it. Where's it? Physical, spiritual, mental, and I can't remember. Hold on. No, I can't. Sorry, I paused that a second. I needed to think about what it was. I didn't want to take up your time by sitting here trying to get my mind working. Emotional. So physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional. So the emotional side, making sure that you're not overly emotional, you're balancing your emotions, you're figuring out where the emotions are coming from, and you're dealing with what comes up, and to move forward. And we've got the card, the waiting game. It's about going within and just waiting, knowing that you're planting seeds and you've got to take root. You've got to wait. You've got to wait your time. You've got to carry on planting your seeds and doing what needs to be doing, and just play the waiting game for a bit. Play that waiting game for a bit. Keep planting your seeds. Keep walking the walk. Keep talking the talk. Keep doing what you need to be doing. And just play that waiting game for a bit. It's not going to be for long, I don't feel. It's just this week you just need to be a bit more aware of things take time. It's that kind of feeling, things take time. It's okay for it to take time. It's okay for things not to be progressing as you think they should. And then we've got the choose wisely, number 7, choose wisely. Take that. If you've got loads of things going on, it almost feels like a lot of choices. Like, it reminds me of, paper, stone, scissors, and that game, paper, stone, scissors, and whatever else it was, where you got to make a choice in the instant, in the moment, and you got to make a choice on which one you choose. And it's that kind of feeling that you've got to make that choice. You've got to choose wisely. Make sure that you've almost got a plan and you've almost thought about it before you've made that choice. Make sure you thought about it clearly before you've made that choice to then move forward. And don't just jump in with 2 feet without deciding first and making sure whether it's the right choice for you. And we've got spiritual path, turquoise. I don't have any turquoise. I don't have any of these crystals that they've showed up actually for show you. But we've got that turquoise there, look, that lovely blue energy. And the turquoise card talks about having a spiritual path. It says your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompt you to make necessary changes. So this is changes that you need to make, which related to the choice that you need to do, which is probably why you need to play the waiting game a little bit longer, because the choice requires you to think more clearly about it and make sure that it's making the right choice, which is why you've got to wait on that before you make that choice. Because you've got to wait for a bit more clarity. It is becoming clearer. Things are becoming clearer, and you know that you've got to make some changes soon. Once you've made that choice, you've got to make the changes and follow through with that choice. And it is becoming clearer. And I feel like it's linked towards your passions and your purpose. The Rubelite talks about passion and purpose. It says that your enthusiasm gives you energy and motivation to work on a meaningful project that's dear to your heart. This is about finding that purpose, doing what you need to do to live toward your purpose, to have that passion in your life. If you're working on something and you don't have a passion for it, it's going to feel hard. It's going to feel like you're pushing against something. That something's there and you're trying to push against it and it's not moving very far. And it feels hard. It feels tough. It's like I've got the analogy in my head, a salmon swimming upstream. I've had the vision in my head of a salmon swimming upstream. You don't want to be swimming upstream. You don't want to be that salmon trying to swim against the tide. You want to be something that's passionate about, something that you enjoy. And it's important to be in that energy of feeling passionate about it, because it's something that you're going to have energy for, you're going to want to do, you're going to be excited about. It's going to be easier for you to put the work in that you need to do. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing now. This is why I'm here talking to you. This is why I talk to you almost daily. This is why I do the daily readings. This is why I do the weekly readings. This is why I'm in my membership group 15 times a month, because my passion is there. I've got the passion there. I know that that's what I want to do. I know that I'm meant to do that. And it's easy for me to do that because I'm passionate about it. I'm not swimming against the tide. I'm not pushing against anything. I'm not stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm going downstream and I'm enjoying the journey. It's like going downhill in a car. Take the foot off the accelerator and just let it go. You don't have to push too hard when you're going downhill. Not like you do when you're going uphill and you've got to put the accelerator down harder to get up the hill. If you take your foot off the accelerator, you're going uphill, you're going to go back down again, So, let's talk about the attributes. We've got the light attributes and the shadow attributes. So, I've got the athlete here. The light attributes for the athlete are dedication to transcending physical limits, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. This is pushing yourself a little bit harder to make that, maybe to sit down and maybe make lists on what you should do, the benefits of doing each thing, and then going for one, and making sure you're going for one that feels right. Have the willpower and the determination to go for it. And then once you've made that choice, once you've made that decision, and you've finished that waiting game, have that strength of spirit to go for what you want. Have that strength of spirit to say, you know what, I've made that choice now and I'm going to put my all into this and I'm going to go for it. Because you never know what might happen if you just go for it and follow your dreams. Then we've got the mediator, the shadow attributes that you need to work on this week. It's making sure that there's no hidden agenda behind your actions, that you're not doing things because you feel like you're getting something out of it. Make sure you're doing it because you want to, because your passion's there, because you really want to share your knowledge, not because you think you might get paid for it, but because you want to share that knowledge and share that joy and share your passion with others. Also, personally or professionally. So it could be about business or career, and making sure you're doing it because you love it, because you want to do it, because it brings you joy, and because you're sharing your knowledge and helping other people in the process. Or it could be something personal related. It could be making sure that you're not helping a family member because you think that maybe later down the line they'll owe you one. You don't, it's doing it out of love. It's doing it because you care, not because you think you might get something out of it further down the line. So go for what you want. Have that strength and that willpower and that determination to push yourself further. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Play the waiting game a little bit whilst you make the decision that you need to make. Carry on working and going down the path that you're going on, because it's going to lead you to great places. It's going to lead you to that balance, as well as balancing that solar plexus this week is really important. So thank you for watching. I hope you have the most amazing day. Bye.